Hello and welcome to Ellaeenah Ascension Network. I am Ellaeenah, and I am honored to be your light friend eternally. Through inspired meditations and channelings from the cosmic overlord JadeFire and other divine masters of white light, let us proceed together on our spiritual journey as lovers of Gaia and beings of divine light. I invite you to visit our sacred space of learning and oneness, www.jadefirelight.com/blog, to read and hear discourses that provide self-empowering divine wisdom. From my soul to yours, in love light and faith divine, I am Ellaeenah JadeFire. Alchemy and the science of the soul. Whenever you talk of alchemy, there is a certain fascination that comes up, and people feel, wow, I'm going to learn magic charms, magic words. I'm going to have a magic spell taught to me which is going to help me convert lead into gold. If you're not that materially inclined, you might symbolically take this to mean the negativities will be converted to positive, radiant, golden energies. The philosopher's stone is not out there. It lies within you. It's not a magic charm that you speak which creates your reality. It's what you think. It's what you eat. It's what you drink. It's who you are. Miracles exist on a daily basis for every single person on earth. You can just be plain, simple, delightful you. And miracles are there for the taking. Alchemy is the science of waking up. Waking up the soul, so that once again, every day, you can see a miracle. By the end of this evening, I'm hoping that somewhere within you, you will find your philosopher's stone. We are going to convert a simple looking agate into a talisman. What power will this talisman have? It will have your power, your godhood. So let us understand what is alchemy. It comes from two Arabic Egyptian words. Al meaning the. Chemia is hidden or secret or occult. So it really means alchemia, which is that which is hidden, that which is secret, that which is the occult. Alchemia started in the Middle Ages, and Paracelsus was the leading alchemist of the Middle Ages. And he believed, just as we believe now, that all living and non-living organisms have within themselves what he called the dominant power of life. If each one of us has a dominant power of life, Paracelsus believed then that the material body has spiritual correspondence and that the spiritual energy has material correspondence. That which is within you is outside of you. That which is outside of you is always within you. That is why alchemy is that which is hidden. To know alchemy is not to know chemistry. To know alchemy is to know who you are. When you know who you are, all knowledge and all wisdom becomes yours automatically. Alchemy and astrology are really twin sisters, almost like two sides of the same coin. From alchemy came the modern day exact science of chemistry, and from astrology came the modern day exact science of astronomy. And yet, how ironic that astronomers look down upon astrologers and chemists believe there is nothing like alchemy. When in fact, these are the two that mothered chemistry and astronomy. Alchemists believe that there are two kinds of alchemy, living and non-living. Living alchemy is about plants, fruits, trees, crystals, gems, minerals, and the human body. Paracelsus believed that there are 4 citadels of alchemy. The root, the plant, the element, fire, water, earth, the star, the planets, the stars, the universe, and the sperm, mankind, humanity. These are the 4 pillars of alchemy. The energies of these 4 pillars combine together to form both the macrocosm and the microcosm. Man being the ultimate in the earthly drama has lived through all stages. Those of us who have read the book of Meher Baba know Meher Baba mentions we have been fish and we have been stone and we have been plant and we have been animal. And every time you move from one state to another state, you carry with you all the energies that you have assimilated from that one state into the next state. And man, being the ultimate stage, has within him the energy of all the stages, not only the stages that he has passed through, but all the stages that he still has to pass through. Which means within you, you have knowledge of the stone. You know what it is to be a plant. You know the joy of swimming like a fish. You have been the bird that has flown and soared free. You have been that beautiful butterfly as it has gone from flower to flower. And though we consider that this might be the end of our earthly drama, there is another drama that we all will play. The super earthly drama. When once again we will move back to where we came from. The movement into the future is nothing else but our journey into the past. We started as spirit and then became denser. The balance between spirit and matter changed, where matter became predominant. And now once again, the scales are tipping. Somewhere in the consciousness of humanity, there is a stirring, there is an awakening. The call from the soul is loud and strident. I want to return home. It's like the child has played out this game of hide and seek for a long time and wants to go back home to cradle in his mother's lap. And the soul is urging for that. Once again, spirit is showing its predominance. And ironically, it's happening in spheres of life we would not have imagined possible. The corporate world suddenly is waking up, where I've had so many inquiries from business organizations about conducting workshops for their employees in stress management, in energy development, in communication skills, in relationship harmonies, in getting out from their employees the best potential. The hard-headed corporate men are also looking at energy for their answer. Science, for the first time, is admitting that there is a something they do not understand. And this is alchemy working for you. That which was secret, that which was hidden, is now coming out to be revealed. So how do these plants and trees work for us? They work at so many different levels. In your homes and in your gardens, if you have fragrant, sweet-smelling, beautiful flowers like the lily, the lavender, the geranium, the rose, the lotus, the atoms of their energy that they exude draw in towards them similar atoms from the universe. If you have a plant like the cactus, if you have large poisonous weeds that have overtaken your gardens, the energies that they exude will draw into your homes and into your gardens similar energies. Those that are not bad, but that you may not be very comfortable with. So they work on this level, freshening up your environment, constantly rejuvenating your own spirit with their fragrance and their energy. And because each atom of each petal of each flower holds within it the dominant power of life, it reaches out for its spiritual correspondence and draws it towards itself, converting it into its own material energy, releasing its material energy back in order to become a spiritual energy which you breathe in and imbibe. Paracelsus tells us that there is such a close synchronicity between our bodies and between us and the stars that if one eats the foods that is meant for you according to your sun sign and your rising sign, you will never be in a state of ill health. And yet, we do not even know what to eat. Very often, we eat completely wrong foods, foods that do not suit us, do not suit our constitution. Ayurveda looks at it from the viewpoints of elements, of Vayu and fire, and asks you to eat in that way. But what are these elements and how do these constitute your human body? Again, it is because of the constellation that you are born under and the rising sign, your ascendant, which is so important from a soul mapping. All our striving very often is in vain for one reason alone. We eat the wrong foods. Foods that do not suit us, that are not meant for our constitution. And very, very often, we eat the right food, but cooked completely incorrectly. Let's move on to living alchemy, organic alchemy. And that is our gems, our minerals, crystals. We all love them. Crystals are of three types: living, dormant, and dead. The living crystal, the one that comes straight from the earth. So these gems that we pick up from riverbeds, from deep under the earth's surface, they are living gems. The dominant power of life within them is ultimate. Then we have the second kind, the dormant stones. And then you have the third, the dead ones, the rubies, the diamonds, the emeralds, the sapphires that glitter and make us look so beautiful are absolutely dead. So yes, enjoy them as jewelry, but you can't use them thinking they're doing something beneficial to you. They're already dead. And why do they die? High levels of polishing and excessive cutting of facets on the stone kills it. Then you come to the elements, which are also part of living alchemy. The elements are there within each one of us, but the combination of elements is always different, and that combination is most reliant on the sun signs that we are born under. I'm going to read out to you something that Paracelsus has written. They're beautiful words. If I have manna in my constitution, I can attract manna from heaven. What is this manna that he's talking about? Not heavenly food, not heavenly nectar. It's like an unknown quantity. Anything that you want from the heavens, you can attract because you already have it within yourself. The material part of you will attract its spiritual correspondence. So whatever you wish to get is what you have to bring out predominantly. So if you want a large home, you have to feel that you are already living in a large home. Then that which is in you, the material part, draws in its spiritual correspondence. Nature is amazing. It draws to itself whatever requires to be drawn in order to be worn out. Let me explain this to you. Let's assume you have a boil. Right? It starts as one boil on your skin. And you apply sophromise. What happens? That boil goes. 15 days later, it's on another part of your body, and now there are 3. So you take an extra dose, and 20 days later, there are 5. What is happening? Nature is releasing from these boils the material energy. Because whatever is on your skin is a symbolic manifestation of the energy which is within you, which is in dis-ease or imbalance. So nature releases the atoms of this energy in dis-ease or in imbalance into the universe. And how does this manna from heaven in this instance come? From heaven, the spiritual correspondence of the same kinds of boil-giving atoms are drawn to you. So one boil becomes so many because nature is drawing to you all the atoms that will in fact make the boils come out more till the energy that is causing the boils is completely spent and exhausted. Paracelsus also tells us, Melissa, the plant, is not only in your garden, but is also in the air and in heaven. Saturn is not only in the sky, but also deep in the ocean and the earth. Anything that you have to draw out from the bowels of the earth has saturnine energy. Oil, lead, clay, coal is saturnine energy. Then he goes on to say, what is the human body but a constellation of the same powers that formed the stars in the sky? He who knows Mars knows the qualities of iron, and he who knows what iron is knows already the attributes of Mars. Mars, material manifestation. Iron, material manifestation. The spiritual correspondence is the same energy. So those of you who are born under this have to eat foods that are rich in iron. Alchemy is just that simple. He goes on to give us 4 citadels, 4 pillars of the human body. The head, the heart, the lungs, and the stomach. And he says, if these 4 pillars are strong, you will never be attacked by ill health. So he goes on to give us the drugs, homeopathic drugs, that can strengthen these 4 citadels. Aconite for circulation, belladonna for the brain, phosphorus for the lungs, pulsatilla for the stomach. So let's see constellation-wise what you should eat and the metals that are good for you. Aries, ruled by Mars. The gems: garnet, bloodstone, diamond, ruby, sapphires. The metal: iron. And the foods: meat, beetroot, dark green vegetables, whole grains, dried fruit, nuts. Taurus, ruled by Venus. The stones are blue sapphire, turquoise, emerald, jade, all colors of jade. The metal is copper. The foods are lettuce, apricots, apples, tomatoes, nuts, shellfish, peas, beans, wheat, and corn. wonderful way to get copper into your system. A copper vessel in which you put water throughout the night. Wake up first thing in the morning and drink it. Gemini, ruled by Mercury, the stone is agate, onyx, peridot, jasper in all its colors. The metal is, of course, mercury, but mercury is highly, highly poisonous. So what do you do instead of mercury? You wear silver ornaments. And you can drink water in which you put in pure silver ornament for 6 hours. Unless you are sure that it is pure silver, don't put it in. You have to be very, very sure of the purity of silver, otherwise you can get poisoning. Cancer, ruled by the moon. So Cancer is moonstone, ruby and pearl. The metal is silver. Leo, ruled by the sun. The stones are peridot, onyx, diamond, topaz, amber and ruby. The metal is gold. You wear gold jewelry and drink water in which a gold object has been placed for 6 hours. Again, purity of the gold, very, very essential. Virgo, again ruled by Mercury, but its stones are agate, tourmaline of all colors, carnelian, sapphires of all colors, jades of all colors. Libra, again Venus, its stones are rose quartz, emerald, malachite, opal, lapis lazuli and moonstone. You can eat foods like lettuce, apricots, apples, tomatoes, all that are rich in copper. Scorpio, ruled by Mars and Pluto. So once again, you're looking at iron and steel as the metals. The stones are smoky quartz, jasper, aquamarine, topaz, garnet. But the strongest stone for Scorpios is black lodestone. Because Scorpios have a very deep energy within them. It's the energy of the universe lying undiscovered. When anything is lying undiscovered, when it is unknown, it strikes fear. That's why many Scorpios have a lot of enemies. Because one thing a Scorpio can do is to look at you and look through you. Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. Stones are amethyst, sapphire, turquoise, topaz of all colors. The metal is tin or pewter. It draws to its higher universal truths. Sagittarians are the world's teachers and students of universal truths. So you can wear a pewter amulet. Then we come to Capricorn, which is, the metal is zinc for Capricorn, zinc. And the stones are garnet, tiger's eye, malachite, onyx, ruby. Foods are whole grains, fish, meat, eggs, nuts and beans. Aquarius, ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Its metal again is zinc. The stones are garnet, aquamarine, moonstone, turquoise, amethyst. And again you eat all the zinc-rich foods which I named earlier. The last of the constellations is Pisces, ruled by Neptune. Its stone correspondences are quartz crystal, bloodstone, amethyst. Its metal is aluminium, highly poisonous again. Do not cook in aluminium vessels. do not have aluminium on your person. You can carry a piece of aluminium with you if you are a Pisces in your wallet or in your purse, but not recommended that you touch it constantly. Now, what is a talisman? Everyone thinks a talisman is a magic charm. Rub it and wow, hey presto, here's the genie who will say, Master, give me my task. I just wish that was true. But a talisman is nothing like a magic charm. A talisman can only be made out of anything that is natural. You don't need to have a stone with you for very long in order to make it your talisman. If there is this instant association, it's already become your talisman. So what is a talisman? It's a natural object with whom you create an electromagnetic circuitry of energy. This circuitry is constant, and therefore whatever you think, it already knows without it being present with you. It doesn't need to be carried. All you need to do is think of it. To create a talisman from a stone, you must only use tumble stones. Look at your stones. Those are tumble stones. Very lightly have they been rounded off. Those are tumble stones. Every stone that I'm wearing is a tumble stone. They don't have any sharp edges and they are polished but very, very gently. They're still living. You cannot make a talisman of something that is non-living. It has to be a living object. It can be grass, it can be the stone you pick up from your garden, a flower, a leaf, whatever. You know, when you take a flower from a mandir and you keep it with you, what you're really doing is creating a circuitry. You're making that into a talisman for yourself. Now the next time you go to a mandir and you get back a flower from the pujari, understand that it's become your talisman. Don't just keep it away. So why don't we work and make these beautiful crystals our talisman? Please begin to breathe deeply so that your body gets into a state of stillness and calmness, so the energy flow is free, unrestricted. Breathe very, very gently. Take in a deep in-breath and a very slow and a deep out-breath. We are now going to build up an electrical circuit between you and your crystal. Have your crystals in your hand. Remember, in the higher sense of the word, talisman means to consecrate, to dedicate yourself to spirit. You are the positive pole. Breathe in, allowing this information to filter through all layers of your consciousness. I am the positive pole of this electrical circuit to be formed. The mineral that you hold in your hand is the negative pole. From your third eye, focus your energy upon the mineral and feel its flow entering back into you again from your third eye, completing a circuit. As you breathe in, the energy flows from you, the positive pole, to the negative pole. As you breathe out, the energy flows from the negative pole, the mineral, to you, the positive pole. Please breathe for a short while in this manner, so that a complete, strong circuit has been established. Breathe in and breathe out. Positive pole to negative pole. Negative pole to positive pole. Now that a circuit has been established, breathe this energy into your central column, your chakric system, from your crown right down to the root. Breathe in this combined energy of you and your crystal very slowly into your central column. Do this a few times. Allow the divine imagination of your consciousness to bring to you a sacred geometric shape. Have faith and trust. You are drawing from your crystal its sacred geometric shape. It might have a structure that you may not recognize. Now allow this shape to go back and forth like a small rubber ball between you and your crystal. And now, to finish the process of making it your talisman, we use the energy of divine sound. Together, let us chant Om. inner stillness, allow this sacred sound to resonate within. Your talisman has been created. It carries its own dominant power of life and your dominant power of life. It now will know your every wish, your every intent, your every desire. There are no right and wrong words that you can say to it. It knows exactly what you wish from deep within you. All you need to do is to hold it, or if it is not present with you, just connect with it. It will open up doors for you. It will bring to you experiences that you need, so that the desire that you have can manifest. Its atoms radiate within you, and your atoms radiate within your talisman. The greater the bond of love, togetherness, and oneness that you have with it, the more powerful will your talisman be. If it should fall and break, do not throw it away. Your talisman has reproduced itself into more of its own self. You can now use all the pieces as your talismans. What do you use your talisman for? To heal yourself, to heal a relationship, to manifest what you desire, to draw to you the joy, the love, the abundance, the nurturing that you seek. There is only one thing a talisman cannot be used for: to change someone else's decision. Never attempt to use your talisman to make someone else do what you wish, because this means you are trying to control the energy of another. You desire a situation for yourself. If in the course of that manifestation, the other is to naturally change his decision or her intent, it will happen. But your manifestation will not depend upon the other person's decision anymore. And that's the joy of a talisman. It breaks all cords of dependency and reliance on another. It makes you the God that you already are.